Victor Teo is joining us now from University of Cambridge. He's in Singapore for us. Victor, thanks so much for your time, as always. Now, these two leaders, they know each other pretty well. I mean, they worked together during Obama years, but things are different now. So what are the most contentious issues they have to face moving forward?
Well, in terms of U.S.-China relations, I think it's challenging going forward. But like you said, Biden has actually some background with Xi Jinping. They both hosted each other during the Obama years, 2011 to 2012. There were two exchange visits, and they were both vice presidents. So they have history and have some sort of understanding with each other. Going forward, I think this phone call that Biden made is actually a very good one because first of all, he sends his good wishes to the Chinese people for the Lunar New Year, and I think this is a really, really good thing for Biden to do. He also raised important aspects or issues, if you like, that is central to tradition. That's traditionally central to U.S.-China relations. First of all, he raised the issue of human rights, and then he also raised the issues of Taiwan, and he also raised the issues of coercive trade practices. But having said that, he did reach out also to the Chinese president by talking about pandemic and climate change, and these are two important issues where China and the United States do not actually have disagreements on. So, in short, this conversation is a reaching out to to restore the kind of balance to U.S.-China relations that we have not seen in the last 4 years, or at least during the Trump administration.
Right. It does appear that Biden doesn't plan to back down when it comes to these certain issues like Hong Kong, as you mentioned, Xinjiang, Taiwan. But on the other hand, he offered to cooperate when it comes to these global priorities like COVID-19. Is this going to be his tactic when it comes to communication and relationship with China in the future?
Yes, I think very much so. There's first of all, he has to give the sense that he's not backing down. Now, whether he actually backs down or not is another question. I think it's just a different style. I don't think any American president will actually give up the national interests or issues that are of vital interest to the United States. So the conversation over the difficult issues will no doubt go on. But I think the way Biden has done it, it's very good because he's actually focused on the issues, and he's taking the emotion out of the equation of this relationship. There isn't actually a big contention. I mean, the conversation is not emotionally charged. That's the first thing. Second thing, Biden has to keep an eye on domestic politics, particularly with people who agree on Trump's China policy. So he has to win these voters over. After all, he did make a promise that he would. He wants to be a president for all Americans, not just the people who voted for him. So, and going forward, he has he has the eye on the next elections he has an eye on the next elections, and therefore he cannot appear to look soft on China. But going forward, I think what he has done is a very good thing. He's actually convened a task force on China to counter Chinese power, but he has asked that the Pentagon head this task force, which is a good thing because you're asking the soldiers to head this task force that is focused on China. And I think in that way, you're also releasing your Secretary of State to do diplomacy with the Chinese. So I think he's been doing a really good job in terms of moving the U.S.-China relations forward.
Victor, thanks so much for that. Victor Teo there from University of Cambridge, as always, for that insight for us here at TRT World.